Hi, my name is Samuel Krupa, and I'm joining in on the conversation about legalization of narcotics from the fourth person point of view. I'll respond with some key ideas from the chapter that bring in perspectives from Holmes and Magnuson to reflect on what justice and mercy look like in both drug policies and criminal justice, especially regarding capital punishment. One thing raised in the chapter is the struggle between freedom and the harm narcotics causes to individuals and society. Some participants argue that legalizing drugs can reduce crime and allow for better regulations and treatments, while others are concerned about addiction and homelessness. While I understand the fear that legalizing narcotics might send the wrong message, I think it's ethically unfair to criminalize someone's addiction. Holmes emphasizes justice is not merely retributive or restorative, but we look at drug use, we're often seeing symptoms of poverty, trauma, and isolation. Criminalization doesn't heal that. A Christian ethical approach should focus on restoration and compassion, not just punishment. Magnuson talks about ethics in terms of human dignity and belief that every person is made in God's image. If that's true, then our system should treat people, even those who use drugs, with dignity, which means access to treatment, support, and care which means that we should provide them with access to treatment, support, and care, not just incarcerate them. This brings me to another important issue. The use of capital punishment, especially in cases involving drug-related crimes. In many parts of the world, and historically in the U.S., people have been faced with the death penalty for trafficking drugs or crimes associated with drug use. From a biblical ethics standpoint, I believe capital punishment is incompatible with the gospel. Holmes points out that the Bible shows a deep concern for justice, but also for mercy. Jesus consistently humanizes those society wanted to discard. If we are called to follow his example, we must resist systems that devalue life. Magnuson also highlights that while the state has the authority to wield the sword, that authority must be tempered by justice and love. Capital punishment, especially in drug cases, often reflects racial and economic bias. That's not justice, it's just injustice disguised as laws. So, are we to think about the legalization of narcotics? I'd encourage us to ask, what kind of society are we building? One that punishes weakness or one that heals brokenness? One that believes people can change or one that gives up on them? Legalization doesn't mean approval can oh my goodness. Legalization doesn't mean moral approval. It can be a step toward compassion, just solutions. And it comes to punishment, especially the death penalty. We must never forget that every life has value, even when it's messy, even when it's hard to love. This conversation challenges me just to look beyond policies and statistics and think more about people and the problems that they're facing in their daily life. Thank you.